Thank you so much, Scott, for that wonderful introduction. I'm supposed to record a voice memo, so excuse me, I'm going to do that. If I can figure it out. Okay. So I'm very honored to be here. Thank you, everyone, and happy to be honoring Scott and Quail Hill Farm. I'm going to start with a poem by my friend Laura Renee Tucker. She was supposed to be here reading tonight. She's recovering from a surgery, so sending her lots of love, and I want to read one of her beautiful poems. So this is from her book, Rites of Passage. This poem is called Silver Ribbons to some special women at the Bedford Hills Correctional Facility. Silver ribbons, strung though, metal mesh of restrained dreams, shining blades of fear, boxed tightly, neat gifts. No one cares to open, no one cares to keep. Silver ribbons shimmering, iridescent secrets, bound in contained anarchy, Pandora's box, wrapped with argent ribbon, caustic to the touch. Silver ribbons, cutting through paper, hearts, tongues, folding demeaning words, over, origami egos, priest scenes, then shredded, confetti created by steely threads of despair. Silver ribbons twined like sharp steel serpent, slithering through nets of souls, caught inside as eyes see only glistening irony of incarcerated lives. Okay. Now I'm going to read some of my poems. So, thank you for mentioning the Living Dictionary Project, Scott. This first poem has one invented word in it and a little bit of Yiddish. And I just am going to tell you I'm going to give you the definition of the invented word. I wanted to make a sign, but I was too tired. So the word is hindath, and the definition is to be existentially hindered by linear thought. This poem is called Before the Birds Come Home, and it's one of two poems that I'm going to read that I wrote in the beginning of quarantine, part of a group of poets that did 5 days of survival poems called Elma's Heart.
Elma's Heart Circle.
Elma's Heart Circle. Before the birds come home. A woman huddles over children, a bear in a shtetl, Bobeshi. How many coughs from the edge? She finds a note, half empty, half congested with grief. Lists her tsuris. 1. Food for tomorrow. 2. The men will return. 3. Everything, my grandchildren. 4. A virus. 5. We'll die before the Dunlins come home. 6. There's nowhere to bury us. 7. Something about God. hundreds of miles of wing flaps. I strangle the fever, wilted over my own knees, almost the end of a long island. My shadow folded into maps, close enough to hear salt waves clap, swamp of bird song. I list my worries. 1. Pindaf. 2. The men will come. 3. My grandmother. 4. A virus. 5. We'll die before the geese come home. 6. I'm already dead. 7. Something about God. This poem is called Right Here, the Wilderness. Attend the wander. Wild is available. Somewhere, a lonely body presses every layer of planet, rubbing mounds, nettles, asbestos, bovine hooves, roasting, resting, rotting. Wild is wonder. Learn from a worm. We still need to work, still need to eat, celebrate our daily decay. The fire who made you made me. What it is to be wild. Cherish the inconvenience of earth. Pending expiration. Discover ash over and over and over. Burning, burying, bellowing. This poem is called What is Faith? I guess all of these poems are part of kind of a series that I've been working on for some years about faith and questions about God. And I'll just say that there's a reference to Crummie's Run, which was a road that my grandmother lived on in Middleburg, Virginia. And this is in memory of my grandma Jean. And I don't know if I already said this, but the what is part of the title is in parentheses. What is faith? If you love me, smile, writes my 97-year-old grandma. Her eyes, waiting eyes, clearing everything but a little blue for sky. At the dining room table in her house on Crummie's Run, my grandmother's head falls back, too heavy for a neck to hold. She mutters, oblivion, oblivion. The rest of us keep eating and smiling, not asking about God at all. This is the last poem that I'm going to read. And in honor of all of the farmers here, this is also a poem that I wrote in the beginning of quarantine. And the title is Somber Days I Write for the Collards, and that's collard greens. Somber days I write for the collards. I pray my legs out of bed. Every morning is practice. To bathe, what a pain. But oh, oh, hallelujah, the collards sink me to my knees. Stain my pants, I love you. Thicker the stalk, deeper the root, to hold our dead and still bear new leaves. This field is for gatherers. Long fingernails dig forgotten carrots. I speak to a dust god underground. What can I offer you now? My dawn sweat, seeds I